The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman.
Confident, determined, brave, smart, outgoing, beautiful, witty, loyal, generous, genuine, quaint, attentive, funny, giving, youthful, fashionable, unforgettable, and the ray of light. A few words to describe my baby, yet there will never be enough to define just how much of a sunflower Arenah Michaela Preston truly was to us as parents and family. And now the world. I may not know much about politics, forensic sciences, or the court systems, but there are a few things I do know about. I know what it means to have a heartbroken family. I know the sounds of my daughter's scream for their sister. I know the prayers of my husband and the tears he holds in his eyes. I know the feeling of a grandfather opening an envelope that was supposed to be mailed for graduation, and instead he's here for a funeral. I know the sound of her brother her uncle being nothing but silent through it all, but praying. I know the sounds of her cousins going in the other rooms, open the door so we don't see them cry. I know what it means as a parent to always be the driving force to your children and other children that I have poured into. However, my heart as a mother is heavy. As a mother with faith, I know for sure better days are coming ahead. And better days are coming ahead because I gave my baby everything I had and then some. I was determined to invest in her so that in return, she invested in the world. And Arenah did just that. She did more than I can even imagine. When people say you did an awesome job as a mother, that speaks volumes to me. It is so heartwarming to see just the impact she had on the city of Chicago and beyond. She was a kid full of life, dreams, big goals, and wanted to make major changes. In this tragic situation, my family and I feel triumph. We feel grace, we feel the love, we feel the hugs, and most importantly, we feel God's presence over us. There is a presence of Arenah's spirit saying, keep going, mama. You always wanted to be like me. If you didn't already know, the example that she set for so many simply encouraged them to be like Arenah. I will, my sweet baby, plan to lead. Really, I plan to lead. Love and be just like you, brave and bold with a warm spirit and a contagious smile. Death is only a tragic thing if you have not lived. My baby lived. I am because of her. I pray for peace in homes. I pray for peace in our communities. And I pray for peace in my heart. Rest peacefully, my sweet baby. Mama has it from here.
Hello everyone, it's Queen Feline back to you with another video. This video is an update pertaining to the Arenah Preston case. Before I get into the new development in my commentary, I would like to continue extending my condolences to the Preston family and the community which lost a daughter, a sibling, an officer of the law, a student, and a community member, which are in the beginning phases of the grieving process of one of their own. As it pertains to the new development, it has been reported that Corey Gray of Indiana was in a courtroom for a hearing about his bond. It is being alleged that Gray crossed state lines to illegally sell a weapon for $1,200, which ended up with one of the suspects accused in the unaliving of Chicago PD officer Arenah Preston. According to prosecutors, Gray made a profit by selling the weapon into Chicago's underworld. As previously reported, the 14th charged 19-year-olds Joseph Brooks and Trevell Breeland, Jakwon Buchanan, 18 years old, and a 16-year-old faces charges of first-degree unaliving and armed robbery. In addition, the 4 suspects face additional armed robbery, burglary, car theft, and other offenses in connection with incidents that occurred on May 5th and May 6th of 2023. On Monday, prosecutors argued that Corey Gray should remain in federal custody as he is also being accused of robbing an Indiana couple during a weapon sale. In addition, they argue that Gray has a home electronic monitor violation while he was out on bail for that case. The judge in this case stated in part, "This case sadly demonstrates the seriousness of this charge." With that, the federal judge in this case ordered that Gray remain in custody pending the outcome of this case. Now you will watch this brief news clip and I will be back with my commentary.
An Indiana man returned to court today. He allegedly sold a gun that ended up with one of the suspects accused in the murder of Chicago police officer Arenah Preston. Corey Gray was in a Dirksen Federal Building courtroom for a hearing regarding his bond. Federal prosecutors allege Gray crossed state lines to illegally sell the gun for $1,200. Prosecutor Paul Scheid argued he made a profit by selling a weapon into Chicago's underworld. Last week, thousands of officers and civilians honored 24-year-old Officer Preston, who was killed after she returned home after her shift, the result of an armed robbery May 6th. 4 teens have been charged. Prosecutors say during the arrest, the weapon connected to Gray was found. Today, prosecutors argued Gray should remain in federal custody as he is accused of robbing an Indiana couple during a gun sale, and that Gray has a home electronic monitoring violation while he's been on bail for that Indiana case. Federal Judge Beth Jantz said this case sadly demonstrates the seriousness of this charge and went on to say this is a grave illustration of the nature of this case in our community. With that, she ordered Gray remain in custody pending the outcome of this case.
Anybody? In court, Gray's attorney said the 21-year-old is a full-time employee and a full-time student. His attorney declined to comment outside of court. Gray remains in custody.
As new developments come forward into the unfortunate unaliving of Chicago PD officer Arenah Preston, I want persons to remember the gray area in this case into the addition of the suspects who unalived an officer as she was about to enter her home. This gray area involves Chicago PD's delay in response to one of their own. Why did it take 31 minutes for CPD to arrive on the scene when an alert system already showcased that shots were fired? In addition, Arenah's Apple Watch alerted dispatchers that she was in distress. This gray area needs to be addressed and investigated, as persons may assume that this was an intentional target or a gross negligence on the part of dispatchers and fellow officers of Arenah Preston. Now you will watch this brief flashback and I will be back with my final commentary. Another dream denied. Another dream deferred because persons took it upon themselves to playing judge, jury, and ultimately executioner of this vibrant young queen doing what she was supposed to do. But I also want persons to understand that we need to address the gray area of this unfortunate case. Why did it take Chicago PD at least 31 minutes to arrive on the scene? As previously mentioned, there is a system that is quicker than calling 911. Arenah's Apple Watch alerted 911 that she was in distress. So something is not adding up. The math ain't mathin'. And I truly believe that Miss Preston was targeted. For some odd reason, this gray area of that 31 minutes, could it have saved her life? We may never know. But the fact that this system that is in place records incidents of shots being fired and can alert dispatchers faster than a 911 call lets me know that it's either dispatchers were being negligent or there is something more sinister behind the unaliving of Arenah Preston. And I would not be surprised if Chicago PD releases a report in which they avoid accountability as to reasons why they did not respond to the scene of the unaliving of one of their own when they had the equipment available to them, which would allow them to arrive at the scene of the crime within minutes of the alert. Regardless of Chicago PD's findings that will be public or not, we are continuously seeing a dangerous trend in which Black women are being unalived in real time, and persons are trying to act as if this is normal. This is not normal, because we are witnessing the unaliving of community members going about their daily lives. Protect Black women should be an active duty in which we practice within our daily lives. Continued condolences to the Preston family as you seek justice for your child, sibling, friend, and community member. Say their names, known and unknown. Say her name, Arenah Preston. Justice for Arenah Preston. And as always, please be safe out here, and I will see you in the next video.